So, welcome back everyone. Episode 5 of The Witcher role-playing game. We're actually a bit excited, every one of us, because we're coming just straight from the Gwent dev stream, but we're still here to play some Witcher RPG. And, oh my god, where do we start? I think we start with introductions again, and after that we go straight into recap, and, well, let's go.
All right, my name's Crozyr. You might know me from the Gwent directory from Twitch and from Twitter, where I go under the same name. And I play Gwent around 1 p.m. During the week and during the weekends. And yeah, that's me.
I'm MissLadyJ, also known as Jess. I'm a South African Gwent streamer. And yeah, that's basically
When do you stream?
in the week.
Every time.
African schedule.
Okay.
I'm RyanGodric. I stream Gwent as well, 8 p.m. CEST on Twitch. And I sometimes, when I have the time, create YouTube videos as well, also under the name RyanGodric. And for example, sometimes I'm a guest appearance on this Green Cricket channel you might have heard about.
Hi, I'm Lothari. I'm an article writer for Team Aretusa, and when I have time, I do YouTube stuff and I do Twitch stuff, and you can usually find me dotted around various Gwent Discord groups, being me, and that's it, basically.
Okay. So, and I'm Green Cricket. I basically doing this channel here, doing weekly End of Gwent guides. Currently, Ryan and I doing a daily card review series about like the syndicate cards that will pop up all over the net. And yeah, and we're playing Witcher RPG here. So that's that. Last week we had it got a bit more heated because our heroes went against the town, then fought if they wanna go against the elves, then they turned around again, and at some point they killed or tried to kill a mage. They killed a beast instead, and currently they are sitting in the elven hideout. Everyone is basically going to sleep. The elves didn't show any signs of aggression so far, and it looks like it's going to be a peaceful and quiet night. And I'm doing this recap actually today because like the first part of the let's say the intro campaign is kind of like finished now. Everyone got like a bit of taste of how this game works now. We now adapted the rules back again, so we're now playing with the original D&D rules again. So it's a bit more deadly from now on. So the how Lothari said, the hardcore mode is on, and our heroes will now go to new adventures and see what they will experience in the Witcher world. And so my question to each of the characters is, before like they go to sleep, so to say, and like leave the old adventure behind, is there anything you want to do specifically? And if not, then I'll just continue with the story and we go straight into anything that's going to happen.
I would like to ask Herger what happened to Ray here.
Oh yeah, I'm still sitting by the fireside.
Did she leave with you?
She had to go on her own adventure, but I mean, I don't want to say too much. We shared some intimate moments, and I like have a very wide grin on my face.
Things to sing songs about.
Where is she though?
She had to go on her own adventure. She's a very strong-willed woman, and I didn't want to keep her any longer, but I think she's gonna leave us with some fond memories. Pretty sure.
With you at least, so.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, he didn't transform into a horrid beast that then proceeded to try to kill us.
On that matter, though, like everyone who watches Herga actually sees that he is a bit transformed. It's not like as with the beast, but it's a bit more subtle. You see, like he's a bit bigger than before. Like where his cloth like was very loose at like before the evening, now the cloth is actually really like stretching out and like kind of like he's pumping out of his clothing. And also he's more hairier, and he has like a scar on his face. Funny enough, the scar actually doesn't look too fresh. It actually looks like healed already. But yesterday it wasn't there.
So, Haga, what happened to your face?
What do you mean? I've always had this. This is me. This is Herga, the fearsome warrior. I strike
Scar.
fear into the faces of the.
But you've got the scar on your face now. That wasn't.
I guess that shows how little attention you pay to me and my adventures that I always tell you about. I got this scar as a child. There's nothing wrong with me at all. I've always been this hairy, and I've always liked. My favorite animal was always the bear. I'm not sure if you even remember that detail about me.
I'm doing a perception check.
Inside checks.
Inside,
True. 16.
Well, Herga, you can probably do, I think, a deception check.
Second. I got an 11.
Well, depends how Herga is convinced about speaking the truth, actually.
I'm pretty convinced. So for me, this was more like a dream vision that I had, and it is more of a feeling that has overcome me that this has always been my destiny, my calling. I don't think Herga understands that this is recent.
Make of that what you will.
You just seem.
He's all grown up.
Yeah. Let's see how long that lasts.
Well, these actions also being grown up.
Who is this Herga and what did you do to him?
I don't think Effrey does anything except get exceptionally drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I need to rest 'cause I'm quite
Yeah,
badly injured from the
not-
fight.
I want to grab the first elf I find and tell him about my love life.
Sure. Okay. I guess it will be interesting conversations. So Herga is off. The elves. Calavandra goes to bed early, tries to rest her once. Actually, the elves try to patch you up as well. So because you've been bloody, so they actually applies themselves to you as well. And Dirk, anything special you want to do, or?
Not really. Just enjoy the downtime.
Okay. At some point, every one of you goes to sleep. Some elves stay up. Most of them actually go to sleep as well. It really doesn't look like there is anything bigger planned. So if you're actually looking for if they're actually doing something stupid, then it doesn't look like they are doing something stupid. They seem pretty settled. The elf, the leader, Aidenat, actually went around, like talked with each of the elves, kind of like separately, so like in small groups. And it seems like the situation is not heated up. While probably in Windbrook, actually, the situation is when you left, it was already in rally, like in fear of the elf attack. But it doesn't look like they plan to attack. And if they want to attack, then definitely not today. So that's the feeling that you get while you're going to sleep. And while you're going to sleep, actually, at some point.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it's here.
No!
Every
It's Effrey.
Key event.
Key event, yes. Let me just quickly look it up. I'm utterly not prepared. I'm so sorry.
That makes two of us. That's
There
fine.
Okay, there we go. Let me quickly pull this down here, and we pull this down there, and there we go. Okay, so what's happening is like everyone is asleep. Some elves are still at the campfire. You've been drinking quite a bit, and at some point, like in the night, something like pecks you. Like, And like, yeah, okay, it stops for a second, and then at something that's kind of like,
Oh no. I'm assuming I can't see anything in front of me.
well, but like you
At
can
that point.
like look up, and like on your breast there is a black raven, like looking directly.
Oh, okay.
And he pecked you, and as you see that you awake, he just like crawls at you and like flies to the side of the hideout, like looking like on a small branch, looking at you, and just waits at you.
Yeah, I shake my head, very groggy as it is. I kind of shake my head, push myself up, and go to follow, like, tipsily follow the raven to where it is.
He's always waiting for you a bit, but then like draws you deeper into the forest, and at some point like he waits over like next to a tree, and you know the tree pretty well because that was the tree where the trapdoor actually to Trish's underground was there, and she actually is still there, and he's just like sitting on the trapdoor and like looking at you.
I kind of sigh in a drunken, like, if I probably took, if I had a goblet on me, I probably took it with me and like down the rest of it and throw it to one side before I clamber back down into through the trapdoor.
The raven escorts you as you make your way through the hideout.
Yeah,
you pass, like, you know the way. You pass by the cells at some point. The raven actually flies on top of the stairs. The trapdoor from the stairs is open, and the raven just flies upwards. And at some point, you make your way upwards to the tower. Yeah. And in the tower, there's actually a fire burning. And while you make your way from the trapdoor to the fireplace, you see the shapes of your favorite mage. Trisha sits in her armrest. And the raven just lands on his shoulder. She's snipping. The raven just disappears, and she like stands up, rises like, and looks around you and says like, you came alone. Wise choice. Please sit. Let's talk. And she actually gets like a goblet like of wine, like, and pours some and like offers it to you.
For a moment, I consider not taking it, but then I sigh again more heavily this time. I don't say anything, I just take the goblet and I sit down and wait for her to initiate the conversation.
So they both sit down, like both in the armrest. It's pretty comfy, like the fire's burning. It's like, it's very nice. She waits a bit, looks at the fire, and then looks at you and says like, you survived? Tell me. Like, tell me. Was it a hard fight?
It was reasonably difficult for numerous parties. Nothing a bit of fire couldn't resolve.
She like swings her glass and drinks a bit, and like, you already learned the most important part of being a sorceress. You need allies. Without allies, you're nothing. Without allies, you're just. But you already made friends. Without friends, you wouldn't have come so far. So stick with them, I tell you. Stick with them. Learn. You know what? Do you see this tower here? It's yours. Take it. Look at all the books in there. You can research as long as you want, but like, one thing, don't waste too much time here. Pick what you want. Come back here if you want. Like, make this your base of operation. I don't need it anymore. I finished my research, and I have other plans now. I spent way too much like time in this little village anyway. So I can't tell you my employers, but I think you'll hear more of my work in the future.
That's very generous of you, Lady Trisha. I'm not entirely sure why.
Why?
I'm not entirely sure as to your sudden change of heart, but I can't say I don't appreciate it.
Well, you wanted a teacher? I need an associate. So this could be our deal.
Making friends.
Making friends, making allies is like the the one thing you need to become like a good sorceress.
Understood.
Actually, like she's like, and like the raven appears on her shoulder again. Actually, and like this is Bertram. Bertram, this is your new best friend. And like Bertram looks at you and just like, pop, 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 and like jumps onto your legs and like sits on you and like looks up to you.
I like gingerly go to stroke the raven's head.
He's like, basically, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. she's stroking me. Okay. And
like, I stop quickly. I look back to Trisha and say, "Thank you."
Bertram can show you around in the tower. He knows everything. So if you have questions, like Bertram can probably show you around. As I said, like don't spend too much with the old films. One thing maybe that's interesting for you, I should be totally open to you. What I did down there, like I was expecting it. You know, it was like not too hard to tell that you're probably going to side with the elves and like come straight through the only door I opened exactly for you at the right time. But your friend actually convinced me to that it's better to, you know, try something else. And when we meet again, I need you to be stronger than this. I need you to become more capable than this. I need you to become more less naive than you are. I mean, look at you. You need to grow up.
At that point, I kind of bow my head. I'm a little bit ashamed, though. I don't even try not to show it. I kind of just look down and
She's
after a moment look back up at her, probably to see her drinking, and sheepishly take another sip of wine.
She's actually drinking the rest of the wine, puts it down, and is like, "Follow me. Come on."
As we walk, I openly say to her, life outside of Aretusa is hardly what I expected it to be.
She smirks and she's like, "Well, the first lesson was learned then. Good. You're making progress."
Indeed.
And she goes upstairs to the library and she goes up to the megascope, and what you see is that there's like beneath the megascope there's like this circle. And she's asking you, "Do you know what it is?" You can make an arcana check.
Yeah, I will do so. 18.
That's good. So it's the teleportation circle. What it does is, you actually had it in RE2s as well. For novices who don't know yet how to portal, the teleportation circles are kind of like in the flow of the ley lines in like the universe. This kind of like the circle pinpoint a location. So it's much more easier to open a portal or to teleport yourself to a teleportation circle, because the matrix can already be woven in your spell, so to say. While in like with a portal, you always need to kind of like adapt to the situation and to how the flow flows, so to say.
Yeah.
And Trisha is actually telling you like, okay, look, she shows you how to use it. And while you like talk, she gives you a lot of theory. You do a bit of little practice. You don't learn how to teleport, but you have like the basis, so that at some point when you learn how to teleport, you could definitely like very easily teleport to this location. Maybe even like, let's say, some spell levels before you actually reach the spell, you probably could go there and back from that position, but nowhere else.
Okay.
Like Hearthstone.
Sure.
She's looking at you. Good. I'll leave you some notes from time to time in this tower. If you're not here, like Bertram can fetch them for you. Actually, like she's looking around. She gives you a scroll, and this is how you deal with Bertram if he makes trouble. One thing, like there's actually the first request, and I hope we are on terms now. Are we on terms now?
Yes.
Good. She gives you like another letter, and it's a sealed letter, and she said like, it's an invitation to a wedding. And
To a wedding?
Yes.
Whose wedding?
Oh, it's the. Let me look it up. It's Lord Bodimir and Orlana of the Vale. It's in Brugge. It's in around like one and a half months time, and you should go there definitely. It's a very, very important event for like the whole of Brugge. And if you want to start making friends with the nobles and with powerful people, that is where you start. And with this invitation, you definitely can come in.
I will consider that.
Actually, I was invited, but I have now different matters to attend, so I'll pass it on to you and use it wisely. And tell me afterwards which you met and like which connections you have made there, and yeah, just keep me informed from time to time. As I said, like Bertram can, if you can't show up personally here, Bertram will do that for you. And also like. She pulls again in her pockets and she's like giving you a little bag. It definitely has crowns inside, and she's like, "Give this to the elves. Tell them to hunt for another like village. Like let them like let Windbrook be safe. Bogdan like will take care of this tower here. So like I don't want anything to happen to Bogdan, and also it's kind of like their money anyway. So
Understood. I'll make sure it gets to the hands of, what was his name? Aidenad?
Oh yeah, the leader, Aidenad. Poor guy. Tragic story.
I take that opportunity to ask her, what was the purpose of your research beyond medicine?
She's clearing up and she's like, "Did you read my book?"
Not to completion. Not yet.
Read it. You'll find like interesting details about how you can do a lot more with polymorphing than you think.
Okay.
We're not sorcerers. Do not only transfer people into frogs. That's like what the peasants say. But I tell you, like this is like turning someone into a frog. That's the beginning to something greater.
I look forward to reading more.
You should.
And where will you go?
Well, for now, like let's say let's see how our little agreement flourishes and like how much you learn in a certain time span, and then maybe I can like introduce you to some more people, and then we can talk more openly.
I see.
Until then,
I thank her in Nilfgaardian.
yeah, she thanks. Like she just nods, and she's obviously Nilfgaardian. Like she has the name, she has the looks. But she was at Aretusa, you know that much. So, and she's like, "Anything else I can do for you?" Nope, good. And she's like turning.
No.
She's like turning around. She's like mumbling some words in Elder speech, and she opens like the portal, goes through. Portal closes behind her, and you stand alone in her tower. Bertram looking like from the table up to you.
I suppose then, Bertram, we should be on our way.
Bertram is like flying to your shoulders, and with that you become level 3. You actually learn the Find Familiar spell, and with that
I need to find a way to set that up.
I can actually go into character build and like add level 3 and then add the spell. And with that you make your way back to the hideout.
I do. The first thing I do then is go to Aidenad, take him to one side, and give him the coin.
Aidenad is like still staring at the fire, and Vike is the coin, and he looks at you, and he's like, "What's that for?"
For your loss.
Make a deception check.
A deception check?
Yes, please.
Oh no, now I'm in the character builder. What is my deception? My deception is +1 because I'm awful at that. I rolled a 15.
Okay. So he's looking at you. He has like this sad smile on his face, but he just nods, takes the money, and
I say to him, because I know I've already said this to him, but I say to him again, like, and I try to, and I make it as truthful and meaningful as I honestly can. I say, I really suggest that you just move on to pastures new and leave this mess behind you.
he's like nodding again at you, and
I just tap him on the shoulder and go back to lie down for a bit.
okay. And with this, the next morning arises. Some elves are packing already when you wake up. Helga is still sleeping. Effie is still sleeping. Calavendra is probably actually the first one up. She regained all her hit points. She's feeling like really well. There's the salves from the elves, the medicine. Really did a good job. And Dia also like slowly wakes up. The fire has gone down. And as I said, like the elves are packing.
Or elves are what?
Packing.
Packing.
Yeah, packing.
I go over to Dirk and I say to him, do you think we should wake up the others now? Do you want to leave now?
Yeah, I think we need to figure out what we want to do with the town.
Do you have
So
any
let's-
suggestions?
To be honest,
Oh yeah, we have to deal with that still.
well, in the recent past, my ideas weren't the greatest every single time. So I would say we wake the others up and then hear what they have to say.
All right.
When you approach Effie, you see actually like a black raven just sitting on her breast and like looking at you while you approach.
Where did
was
this
that?
raven come from?
A black
Yeah,
raven.
was that there yesterday?
Yeah, where did this come from?
Effrie's asleep.
Effie?
Yeah, you wake up. A bit groggy still. Like
Yeah.
Effie?
Ow. Yes. Hello.
Good morning.
the raven
I
just
feel-
flutters off and like
Slowly, I slowly sit up and let the raven fly away.
What's the deal with the raven?
It's a parting gift from Lady Trisha. I say quietly so that the elves don't hear. I'll explain when we're on the road again. For now, I need to clear my head. Water. Water. Where can I find water?
I might still have some in my water bottle. Let me check.
yeah. At some point, Helga, you like
Yes.
the sun like shines on your face. You're pretty rejuvenated anyway. Like you feel better than ever before. Could have been the sex. Could have been something else.
Green Cricket, could you do me a favor when you have a spare moment and check that my HP is correct? Because it looks deceivingly high to me.
Let's see.
But yeah. Back in the room.
You look fit, Helga.
Let me tell you,
do-
friends, I had the best.
You do
night
seem
of my
to
life.
have blossomed somewhat.
What are you all on about? This is a
Glowing.
typical Herger night. This is what I do every night.
Perhaps it's because we've been on the road and you've not had the chance to have a Herger night.
It's been way too long, let me tell you.
I think it's
But-
because you didn't drink last night.
I had something way more interesting. Maybe you should try it too, Calavendra. It might ease you up.
Your hit points are fine, by the way,
Okay, cool, thanks.
and you all can heal up, by the way. Like you could just go
Alright.
full hit points, everyone, and
For that one needs to lose hit points first.
Some people have it so hard.
So, enough about me and my Hurga Knights. We still have a witch to hunt. Do we have any clue where she could have gone?
However, on that note, we do still have essence of Trisha's work. We were told that Calavandra's acquaintance who wrote the letter to her is missing, last seen transformed into a beast very much like the one we saw yesterday.
Wait. Would that mean that the other werewolf is also an elf? No, that must be a coincidence. Let's hunt the werewolf.
No, I think you might be right, Hurga. I think our contract might actually be set for a transformed elf, but you did bring the head of the first beast we slayed, right? So how about we bring that head with the contract back to the quartermaster and claim our reward?
But what glory is in there? We didn't...
We're not killing my friend.
No, we're not killing your friend. We already killed the beast, right?
I mean, to be fair, it was a fierce beast. It was quite the fight, and I did.
There was even fire involved.
I did jump through fire.
You did.
It was... Where's Marcel? Where's Marcel? He needs to sing a song about this. He needs to write a song about this.
Oh yeah, about Marcel, like, he doesn't feel that good. Like, he will just tag along. He won't say much. He's, like, awfully quiet, like, normally. And he won't do much, but he's just, like, tagging along with you, so to say.
Oh, okay. That's so out of character.
While he's tagging along, he better take quill and ink and write this down.
He can do that, I think.
I have slightly different plans for... What Ihek was his name?
Yes.
I am still very much of the opinion that this is no curse but a spell that has been cast upon Ihek. And should a spell have been cast upon Ihek, perhaps it can be uncast if one has the means and the knowledge.
Yeah, sure. That would be cool.
But we could also...
We've slain a beast. You've made...
But I didn't get the finishing blow. I'm not yet satisfied. The mighty Hurger lusts for more blood.
Oh, I remember who got that. I mean, you prepared it, right? So...
It's not the same. It's not the same.
There is still an opportunity. I mean, Calavandra, meaning no disrespect. If your friend cannot be saved, we've seen that these beasts cannot be reasoned with. So if Ihek is beyond saving, would you then permit Hurga to put Ihek out of his misery?
Yes, but...
Yes!
No. Wait, Hurga, don't be too...
What about your book, Effrey? Is there something in there that
while we're traveling, I hope to finish reading and perhaps find something that allows me to undo what Trisha did.
Okay.
Hurga, you need to listen. Listen, Hurga, do not just attack.
Just attack, yes.
No.
We should ask the elves in which direction Ihek ran to.
Well, it was south of here. We know that from the contract.
Even further south.
Because we were set to take the ship from Windbrook to... whatever the name of that place was where the contract was set. I've forgotten. It was too long ago. Where's your contract for?
Mayenna, it was Mayenna.
Mayenna, yeah.
Mayenna, I think it was.
Yeah, so we head south for Mayenna, we search from there, we leave the elves to go on their way.
Is there anything left for us in this town? Should we...
there was a town.
Should we maybe...
Prison is left for us in this town, and by us I mean you.
Maybe we should...
We should at least say goodbye to Bogdan. He's been such a nice...
Bogdan was nice. And I mean, what about the guard captain, everybody, they now
Oh.
know that they're like that
Oh, we can't
the
just leave
Squirtle
them
are
here.
gone. We
The guard
basically
captain-
freed them of the elves.
Yes, we're heroes. We
We
should
are
tell
heroes.
everyone. in the town.
Heroes by stealing the guard captain.
Yeah.
Well,
But everyone
And
hates the guard
also disowning him to the Scoia'tael somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm still not clear on how that happened.
captain. We can't just leave him there.
okay, how about we both go back to the town?
I think that is a great idea.
I think we have to go with him so they don't cause more trouble.
We're headed in that direction
Anyway, right? We need to go
anyway,
across
so
yeah.
yes, sure. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
And I'm actually I'm a bit angry with these supposed wood
Cutters. Oh, you
cutters.
wanted to tell them off for stealing the resource,
Yeah.
right, didn't you? Yeah.
That is so unmoral.
So it's now revenge against Windbrook?
No.
I just want to
Didn't
say goodbye to
the word
everyone.
revenge.
Let me
A
quickly
moral
get some
revenge.
Okay,
We're
so
heading south. We're heading south. We can.
through Windbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Quick question. Do we all know how to ride? Would it make sense to get mounts from our character's perspective? Because we don't have a ship anymore.
For speed, I don't know whether Effrey knows how to, but
Yeah.
Did they have some at the port maybe in Windbrook?
There were no horses, I think.
No
Maybe
horses.
one or something.
how far do we have to go to Mayena?
Maybe the town.
Is
people
there
know.
is there some way that we can?
Maybe we can get a map at the town.
Let's ask Bogdan.
Bogdan knows probably.
Bogdan can draw us a map. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And maybe we
you're
can-
going from the hideout, you basically else back up and Aidnut just and they move
We
north
wish him well. Yeah. Good luck.
while you are moving south to Windbrook. And there it is. So as you come from the north to Windbrook, the first time actually you see someone in the lumber mill doing actual woodwork. And while you pass by one of the lumberjacks, you know him pretty well. There were one who actually chased you. He's like,
Yeah. What are you looking at?
you go farther down, and in front of the guardhouse, you see as Alfred is jumping up. It's you again!
Where's the guard captain?
Stands right in front of you, you criminal!
Well, good news. We defeated the Squirtle, and your town is now free from elves.
Calavandra, how do you look currently?
I got my hood on again.
Okay. I think it actually did well. I think no one ever knew that you an elf so far. So,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. He's like, no, I don't trust you. We have been venturing out into the forest multiple times. We didn't defeat the elves. Why should a band of scoundrels like you do it? Do you have proof?
We have this head of a wolf creature, and I produce the head if I have it.
He's stepping also the wood, the thing starts to smell a bit, by the way. But he's stepping back.
Try to give him it with.
He's stepping back a bit and he's like, what do we want in Windbrook?
We are actually on our way south to
Good.
Mayena.
Please.
How far through do we have to travel to reach Mayena?
Mayana? I don't know, 3 days?
May we stock up on supplies one last time in Wimbrook? And then we will
Do
be
you
on our
have
way,
money?
and you need never. Yes, we have money.
Of course, we have money.
Please. He's coming right at you and she's like, Well then.
I'm gonna do an insight check. Right now.
What did he say?
He's like, well then, after he asks you for money. While he's approaching
money.
you, like,
Haha, I rolled a natural 20.
congratulations, he wants money from you.
What, to get into the town?
Yeah, it's bribes.
Probably just money and not for a reason.
Is he alone?
Yes, currently he is.
I charm him.
Okay.
Oh, I was so close.
Right,
To definitely not charm him.
I have a question because I've gone to level 3 and I don't understand my character sheet anymore.
Okay.
I have level 1 spells,
Yeah.
and then underneath that I have level 2 spells, but they're the same.
Yeah, you can cast like your level 1 spells in a level 2 spell slot, making them better. So for example, if you look at Charm Person, it says like targets +1 in blue. So it
Oh,
means
I
you can
see.
actually charm
Okay.
2 people with a second
Okay.
level charm.
In this case, that's not necessary. So I'll just do a charm. It's a 13 Wisdom saving throw.
He's like, he falls for it.
Okay, so like I give him a friendly smile. I say, surely money going towards the benefit of the town will be better than the benefit of the person in the circumstances that you set yourself up for. Pointing to the like people putting barricades up or whatever proof there is that they're preparing for a Scoia'tael attack.
There's not really much proof actually. Like, it doesn't look like the town
okay.
has prepared at all. If you look around, but he's like he's looking at you. Oh, of course, like Bogdan needs it for sure. Like he needs to renovate his tavern, new windows and everything. Give you the Bogdan, like.
Naturally, we
He's
will.
like
And
bowing.
then I lead the party past him.
One last question, Alfred.
Yes,
What happened to our good friend Gerhard,
Gerhard.
the real guard captain?
No, I'm the real guard captain. Gerhard was a shady individual. He will now sit some time in prison, and when he comes back to senses, then he was with the Scoia'tael. Can you imagine?
We completely wrecked this guy's reputation.
You
So
mean
you're saying
the two guys?
he's still in your prison cell?
Yes, of
Cool,
course.
Gerhard.
I'm the guard captain.
Alright,
Oh
we
man,
tried.
oh man. Let's take a rest at Bogdan's place and think about how we approach this.
Herger, there's a time and a place, and I
Yes,
kind of
yes.
indicate for Herger to move.
We tried.
No, we didn't.
I'm trying to hide the pain inside.
Okay, so go towards the inn.
Yeah.
As you go into the inn, like the windows are still broken, but like the shards are like done. It looks already a bit cleaned up, but still no windows inside. As you open the door, the Ivor is looking at you and like she's like, Bogdan! And Bogdan comes out and he's like, no, Bogdan doesn't want you in his tavern. Go out! I don't want to see you again. Go! Hush!
Bogdan, did you find the money?
Bogdan, it's me, Herg.
It is us.
Yes.
We come in peace. We come in peace.
Yeah,
We come back to repay you, my friend.
Bogdan is interested about what you have to say. So you wanna pay for the windows in my tavern?
Yes, exactly.
We'll
just want to
certainly
Perfect,
finish.
200 crowns.
Well, just subtract the 100 crowns that we already paid you through the window. We threw that through the window.
Which
If you
100
can
crowns?
remember.
Bogdan does not know of 100 crowns.
Yesterday, we threw 100 crowns through the window, Bogdan.
Bogdan doesn't know about 100 crowns.
Well, you can take the next 100 crowns or leave it.
You insulted Bogdan.
How
Yeah,
did
give
we
Bogdan
insult?
100 crowns.
We didn't insult you, Bogdan.
Give this poor man 100 crowns.
Yes, we
Please.
shall give him 100 crowns.
Okay,
we
did
should
Who's
be able.
we?
We should be able to cover that from what we took from the tower, right?
Exactly.
Who is we?
Deal.
You, Calavendra.
Well, not me.
I
No,
think we can all pay together.
I'll
I
contribute. thing.
So while everyone's looking in their purse, I'm asking Bogdan, where can we find this town's prison cells?
How do... Aha.
What?
The prison. Where do we find them? Find it.
It's like
Is it just the guard tower? Is that where they keep the prisoners?
yes,
The guardhouse,
It's
yeah.
the guardhouse.
Houses, towers.
I do remember there were some prison cells in there. Where we talked to Gerhard the one night.
I'm passing him 85 crowns.
What
I
did
I paid 25 already.
Okay, perfect. Bogdan is like
Okay,
taking it.
good.
It's like good. Bogdan is now friendly with you again. But Bogdan doesn't necessarily want you to stay in his inn anymore.
We will move need supplies and we'll be on our way.
Bogdan, what is the fastest way to Mayena? Can you help us? The faster you tell us, the faster we're gone.
Just a way south. There is a forest path. Bogdan knows well.
Oh, more forest.
Oh,
Yay.
do you want to be our guide, Bogdan?
No, Bogdan doesn't want to be your guide. Bogdan just wants to repair his tavern, and Bogdan just wants to have a quiet day again.
Bogdan, what do you think about the old guard captain Gerhard? Was he a good guy?
Bogdan doesn't like him. Always noisy, always poking around. Thinks he's better than everyone.
Yeah, I kind of turned to Deoch and just say, you know what, just leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
What about the new one?
Alfred. Alfred is a good man. Alfred has been being this in this town since ever. I know him since he was a little child.
Okay.
Just
alright.
leave it. Just leave it. We've done enough damage.
This is really
Okay.
nagging at Helga.
May we take some supplies for the road, and then we'll be on our way.
Oh yeah, Bogdan has supplies.
some bread, some cheese.
Bogdan has rations for the lumber mills, for the lumberjacks. Bogdan can give you lumberjack rations.
That would be very much appreciated.
10 crowns per ration.
I don't need rations.
Special price for you.
What was it? 3 days.
I don't want any rations.
Good.
I'm fine.
I want the road. One for the road.
Sure. 5 crowns, you get 1 for the road.
All right.
Back to drinking, Haga.
It's an old habit, you know.
Stay hydrated.
Always stay hydrated. It's very important.
What's wrong with water?
Water is a poison.
It's dirty.
The funny thing is, actually, like in medieval times, water was a poison because water was oftentimes very dirty, and actually drinking wine and like beer, not like the beer we know now, but like very malty beer and like often like filled up with water, was the go-to drink for everyone, even for kids.
See what we've lost from society, people. Drink responsibly. Okay, we'll go without rations, and we'll leave before I leave. I make sure the rest of the party leaves before I do, and then I ask Bogdan to keep the tower in good repair.
He's like, Bogdan will take care of tower.
Thank you, much appreciated.
While I leave, I just smash the little rest of the window out of its frame.
Bogdan's like, what are you doing? And he's like running
sorry,
after you.
I slipped, Bogdan. I'm sorry.
He's like taking a broomstick from next door, and he's like, if Bogdan sees you ever again in Windbrook, Alfred will put you to jail.
All right, little guy.
Speaking about jail, friends, we have to do something for Gerhard. We can't just
really
leave him
don't.
there.
Why?
I
This poor
think
man.
I've got a great plan.
Deal.
How about we all go south, leave this town behind us, and now I try to hit Herger between the ribs to make him notice that I've got a plan, and say, okay, how about we all go south, and then we split up, and Herger and I go look for some food, while you two prepare a camp.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is a fine plan. Let's
Thank
go
you.
south.
Don't you think leaving them two by themselves would cause more trouble, like last time?
No, Kalavandra, Diok
We're
and
really
I-
good at hunting, and we are
Yes.
really good at preparing food.
Yes.
I've got my, as you noticed by now, Witcher senses, so I can protect us against any kind of creatures around us, so we'll
And I
be
can-
fine.
And I have
night
mine.
vision.
I have my
Yeah, but
muscle
it's-
senses.
It's not
And
night, right?
But
We'll deal
you're
with
gonna
this. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah.
So moving south then.
We are moving south.
So make your way.
And I say to the first thing I say to Kira as Herger and Diok go marching up ahead, I turn to Calavandra. If they wish to throw themselves in jail, who are we to stop them?
Yeah.
You're a group, you should work together, please. Please, pretty please.
We'll work our feminine charms to stop them from this madness as the journey continues.
Is this what Herger says as well?
What? I won't stop anybody's madness. I am the madness.
So what's
I mean,
the
we're
plan
gonna
now?
come back.
Are you
all
leaving or are you going back to Windbrook?
Well, I thought about setting up camp near Brook and then sneaking out at night with Herger to the town and
I
rescuing
don't
the
know.
captain, and then coming back with the captain, and
It's
then
very early though, it's like before noon maximum.
yeah, I know.
I mean, I don't know how big of a deal it is to try to get him out there, but I think Herger would not like to.
Yeah, and I think we can do it together.
So-
to be honest.
While we're on the road, I will try to explain to Herger why it's a bad idea to go back to Windbrook.
Why is it a bad idea?
Next to me as well.
With the tension, first of all, we have not made ourselves most welcome due to, regardless of whose fault it is, regardless of whether it was intended, we are no longer very popular in Windbrook. They
That
feel
hasn't stopped me my last 50 years.
Well, I've never really taught you this, but back home on the Skellige Islands, I'm also not really welcome. And I'm here to change that. And if I come here and I make mistakes, I'm here to redeem myself. So I want to make things right with the God.
And let me explain. I understand and I respect them, but releasing an unpopular guard captain seen as a traitor from prison will be seen as greater mistake than letting him have his time. And Alfred did tell us that he would get out of prison. He won't die there.
So you believe Alfred?
This Alfred guy is the one who's making me even more angry.
Exactly.
Why do you have to make this so difficult for me, guys?
Why? Okay. Why?
Well, you can't go back. You can't try to there's. You don't need to go south right now. Just saying.
I mean,
just try to do it as a group.
I just want to convince you now. This is my turn now, because I feel like we tried to do the right thing, and I feel like the guard captain was actually the only one that had a sense for what was right in this town. And then I know he made a few mistakes, but I feel like he doesn't deserve to sit and rot in that cell while this young Alfred. I mean, to be honest, I'm okay with letting Alfred and the rest of these morally ill people run their town. That's fine. I will never return to this town, but I want to free this guard captain and not let him rot in the middle of it.
People
Calavandra,
must know that he is a man of honor.
What's your take on this?
My take.
Mhm.
I don't really want to do this because it's just gonna. What is he gonna do with us? Like when you release him, then what?
He's gonna celebrate us.
Then
as
he
the
can
heroes
run.
we are.
Then he can move freely to another town, start a new life.
Calavandra, you always like money, right?
Yes.
I am sure somehow there. I don't know, but I am sure the guard captain. When I searched the guard captain, he had a very full purse, and I'm sure he might give you the contents of that purse if we free him.
I have that contents of that purse.
She actually has it.
What?
Yeah.
But how? When did he give you the coins?
Well, give.
Yeah, Diok's got half of it.
What? I do?
Well, so you see, this man who was so nice to, so nice to you, so kind to you.
No, he wasn't.
What do you mean?
Oh, right. I gave my half to Bogdan, though.
Yes.
Through the window.
Yes.
I do remember.
Don't play dumb with me.
So if this man was so nice and kind to you, you have to say it
I'm an elf.
of a moral. You
I'm
have
an
to
elf.
prove to him that not all elves are the same. We all know how most elves are shady and tree hugging, but you are different. I know you well enough, and you can prove it to Gerhard too, and we can make a change in this world.
Every, what's your take on this?
I'd like to keep my newfound friends and allies alive.
We're not trying to kill anybody.
No,
We're gonna sneak
mean
in and
you.
out. It's gonna be
I
a
mean you. So if
gonna
you
be
are
a-
set on this, then very well. But please, let's not make it more difficult than it has to be.
That's true.
We just go in and out quickly.
In and out
It's gonna be the
quickly,
easiest part of our whole adventure.
unlock the door, disappear.
Don't let me almost die again.
Okay, we're gonna sneak up. We're gonna knock Alfred unconscious, and we're gonna get that guard captain out, and then
How did that go?
that's it.
For you the last time trying to knock them out.
Well,
Here we go.
He's the old guard captain. He was a sturdy fellow, but this Alfred person, this Alfred fella, he seems more of a
I mean, I wouldn't mind putting an
bit
arrow
green
through his
behind
face.
the ears. Arrow to the face.
Again,
But that would cause more problems.
Do
I
you
agree.
know
I
the
agree.
Butcher of Blaviken?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, there are new
He
things
is
to
one
give
of
away.
my heroes.
Butcher of
what?
Windbrook, maybe?
It's a new nickname to be gained.
Yes. What's the plan?
alright. Well,
I say we should waste no more time.
let's at least set up camp somewhere far enough away from Windbrook that, close enough to get back quickly, but for a way that it can't be traced back to us.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Enter from the east, not the south, so that
Okay.
so that they don't suspect that we had anything to do with it.
I agree.
Okay, so you set up camp. Like, how long do you want to wait?
We wait until nightfall. I missed the second half of the question
Sorry,
because
like,
you
how
cut
long
out.
do you want to wait?
I guess until nightfall.
Yeah.
I read. In the meantime, I read. What was the? I need to read my familiar's name. What was his name?
Bertram.
Bertram.
Bertram. Is Bertram still there?
No, Bertram's gone.
Maybe he can help us scout out if the guard captain is guarded.
So okay, in the
First of
we're
all,
still
the
we're still in the
Bertram.
forest, right?
Sorry?
We're still in the forest, right?
You are set
Do
up
I-
camp in the forest.
Do I sense any animals, any beasts around me?
You can make a survival check. No, make a nature check and like see if there is.
Yeah, I've got beast sense. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, but beast sense is if you pick a beast, then you can see.
Oh, I
through
have
its
to
eyes.
pick it first. Okay. Ah, no, it didn't pop up earlier. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, I'm just seeing around if I can see any animals, so I'm not trying.
Just make a nature check, and
Yeah.
but you're leaving the camp for that, right?
Yeah, I just scout around while the others are getting ready. I don't want to go too far off unless I see something interesting. Yeah, that's only a 6 for nature.
You see some like squirrels in the distance, but every time you go nearer, like they just vanish again, and there's nothing really there.
Goddamn squirrels.
What did you say?
Scusi.
Can never get a hold of them.
So you're waiting until nightfall.
Yeah. In that time, I make sure, I've fully understood the instructions on how to use Bertram, and I write a letter to Arethusa.
Okay.
Just to say that I've made contact with Lady Trisha and that my studies will continue. And also to let them make sure that they know what she's actually doing, or what she has been doing. Like how far her research has taken her. And then I asked Bertram to deliver that message.
Bertram doesn't.
He's only going to deliver messages to Trisha.
I don't know.
So I come back to the camp and Bertram is still there?
Well, you come back to the camp and Bertram is there again, not still there. Has reappeared.
But isn't it the first time I see him?
No.
Yeah,
but you need to make a motion. Like you need to make a command which appears.
That's like I summon. That's what I meant. Like I write the letter and then I summon Bertram.
But how do you do it? Do you snip? Do you call a word? Like what's your clap? Like.
I probably whistle.
Okay, so you see where she whistles, and some right behind her, something like plop, and a raven appears on her shoulder.
So, you're gonna tell us about that bird now?
Oh, is that your friend?
Before I say, okay, so that I've not misunderstood anything now. If I give Bertram this letter, will it actually not get delivered?
Well, she actually, he takes it in his mouth, but then he keeps it that way.
I give him the instruction to deliver it to Arethusa?
And he just drops the letter in your
Trying to teach this bird some tricks?
Clearly, I have a little bit more to learn. This is Bertram.
If you don't find a way to deal with him, I'm good with animals. Maybe.
No, that won't be necessary, Helga.
Can I?
Bertram belonged to Lady Trisha. She was, as I said, a parting gift from her to me.
I was still asleep when you said that. Lady Trisha,
yes.
If I had known. So the bird knows where she lives.
I can't confirm that.
You can test that.
I could. I'm not going to.
Bird, what is your name?
He's just looking at you.
Let me try it. And I make some crawling noises like...
Okay. He doesn't respond. Also, you can make an animal handling check, Helga.
Okay.
Also want to do an animal handling check.
Oh, only Helga.
Oh my. 16.
You get this, this beast is different. It looks like a raven, but it doesn't feel like a raven.
Okay, so I can pet it, or just mentally doesn't feel like one.
It does, you just have a different feeling than with other animals with this raven.
I I'm squinting my eyes. I'm like, are you sure that is a real raven, Every?
I'm entirely sure it isn't.
I'm highly suspicious of this creature.
I'm struggling. Am I? Oh, must be within 100 feet of me. Okay, then I just pocket the message. A little annoyed with myself for wasting my own time, and then I let Bertram stay there for now.
So what's the plan now? You sit in camp, you wait until nightfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Helga, how do you want this? How you want to do this?
Okay,
Since it's
so
your
what
fault.
I'm thinking is we will walk up to the guardhouse, and here comes the best part. I take out my great axe, and I beat down the door,
That's a bad idea.
and we
Diok?
storm in and get the...
No, shh. Diok, what is your idea?
Okay, I've got two different approaches here. The first one is that we sneak up to the guardhouse from the east, and we should be able to get to the guardhouse unnoticed, and then we kind of need to scout out how many guards there are, and should only be one, hopefully. And then we have to somehow overtake this one guard and then free the guard captain and then run off him, and that's it. The other approach would be to action somewhere else so that the guards run towards that, and then we can sneak into that.
Yeah.
There's also like one person in the group who's really good at sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a job for you, to be honest. There's sneaking inside the guardhouse, but I don't know about the either distraction or taking care of the guard.
I am great at sneaking, too.
No, you're not.
Sneaking, but being noticed.
I would also need to find the keys, most likely.
Well, you have a thief, like you have a set with lockpicks.
Oh, yeah. I got lockpicks.
It's an old door. Chances are that you actually can do it.
So do you guys want me to take them out, or do you want to do a distraction?
I like my idea.
What's your idea again?
The one where I just let us in by opening the
No.
door with my
No.
great axe.
No.
Okay, how Helga and Effrey stay a bit to be our backup and keep an eye
watch.
out.
I'm no backup. I'm gonna be at the forefront of this.
The thing is, this needs to be a sneaky mission, not like our other attack.
Can't you get me into some position where I can be of use with my most
That's exactly it, Helga. Though
striking.
we don't want to fight. We're trying to rescue this guard captain without a lot of violence.
Is there?
I feel we may as well be speaking Elvish.
Yes.
Your words are forming. Your mouths are forming words, but none of it makes sense to me. Can I at least cause some kind of?
Maybe Helga can cause the distraction, and I with Bertram can then keep a lookout.
But you better tell Gerhard that I'm the one responsible for the rescue, as I am far away from what you're doing. Otherwise, I will feel
Yes.
unappreciated.
How about you try to?
Sorry, Green Cricket distracted me.
How about you try to break into the tower and alarm the townsfolk?
Please do not set fire to the tower.
Ah, damn it.
No fire. None more.
Just bang on the door demanding to see Trisha.
Yeah, that should alarm the
Do
guards.
not break it down. Just shout really
I mean, you
loudly.
can break down the door. It's just a door, right?
But it's my door.
Bogdan's there to repair it, I'm sure.
Fine. You have
If we're gonna-
permission to break down the door.
If you're gonna cause a distraction for the guards, what's the point of me sneaking in then? If there's gonna be no guards.
Well,
It doesn't
you still have
hurt.
to sneak in, right? I mean, I trust that you can do it while the guard is there, but it's just safer, right?
For one, we can't confirm that there will only be one guard. We can't confirm that all of the guards will fall for the distraction.
Alright, then what do I
Makes
do the
sense.
ones
I
that
know.
stood?
I know. Bogdan said the next time we set foot into his tavern, he's gonna call the guards. I will set foot into the tavern, and I will order all the meat there is. And if he doesn't give it to me, I will just take it.
Fine.
Helga,
you
that's
and
right in the
Marcel-
middle of the town,
So
Helga.
bad.
That is right in the middle of the town. You can't escape from there.
I'm sure you'll come to save me from the prison.
So we save someone from prison, you get into prison to make us save you from prison.
Within distraction.
If you've done it once,
I mean, can't we just first get near the guardhouse and see how many guards there are?
And see if there's a back door or anything.
Like, Calavendro, can't you maybe sneak up and scout?
Yeah,
See
I
what
can
you
do
what
that.
you see.
Okay, so wait until nightfall and then Calavendra starts scouting.
Yeah.
Good, Calavendra, tell me how you want to do it.
I first want to see how many guards there are outside.
So you're approaching
And-
from the east or from the south or...
From the east.
From the east.
Okay. So basically, you keep a low profile. You see pretty well in the darkness. You come from the east. You sneak up through the fields. You actually can go undetected without any problems right next to the storehouse, and you stand guardhouse, and you stand behind the guardhouse. The lumberyard is empty, and there are windows like barred windows. But you now stand behind the guardhouse. What do you do?
So I want to check if there's any guards on the outside perimeters first, and
look-
check if there's any way in, like if there's multiple doors.
Okay, so there's only one door. It's the front door because you don't see other doors. And if you look left and right of the guardhouse, there's no one really there, and there's also not too many people on the streets. Like, there's no one in the harbor at the moment, and the lumberyard and the lumber mill look empty as well.
How many guards did you say there was?
No guards.
No guards. Then is the Ark, are you close by, or is it just me?
Currently, it's just you.
Okay. And they're all like away?
There's no one really there. Like, currently, you didn't even had big troubles to come up here.
Okay. So then I want to sneak in.
So you're trying to sneak around the guardhouse, and you can make a stealth check.
All right. 19.
Okay. So we sneak to the front door. Like, literally, there's it's like basically you stand between the lumberyard and the guardhouse. You look left and right. There's no one really there. If you want to be quick, you could try to pick the lock.
Yes, I'll pick the lock.
Okay, so go ahead and like do a sleight of hand check in this case, because like it's nimbling with fingers and.
Natural 20.
So basically, you just
She's back, everyone.
you enter the lockpick and you just turn it once, and the door swings open, and you can go in.
All right, then I need to check. Are there rooms, like multiple rooms?
There are two cells and like a big room in front of the two cells. Like, one cell is empty. There is just darkness in there, and in the second, because you see really good in the dark actually, you
Yeah.
see someone lying there.
And I have to check if there's guards inside too.
There's no guards inside.
All right. Then I go up to the cell and I need to check. What's his name? Gerhard.
Mhm.
I want to check if that's him. So
So you ask basically, Gerhard,
yeah, Gerhard, is that you?
and he like his head like he looks at you and he's like, ah shit.
Yep, that's him. I have to get you out of here.
He doesn't even respond. Like, he's like, ah.
All right.
But
So
he's
I'm
standing
gonna.
up. He's standing up and like approaches you.
All right, I'm gonna get you out of here because your buddy Harga is operating this rescue mission.
Looks like you are. Anyway, give me the keys from there, please.
Yeah,
You
it pains
should
for me to
point at
say
the drawer.
that actually. You said his keys?
Yeah, just like give me the keys over there.
Oh, all right, I'll go get the keys.
Basically, give him the keys. He's like opening his own cell, opens the cell, grabs his sword, grabs his armor. He's like, give me a second. Like, he puts like chainmail upon him, and he's like, okay, let's go.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
But do this quietly because the guards might come back, and because I didn't see any coming here.
And like you you go out of the guard's house. Where do you go?
So I go out of the prison or just the cells? Okay. Now we have to go to back to the others where their camp,
So
where our camp
you're going
is.
east.
Yes, east.
Okay, so he just follows you, and Oh,
Yeah.
well, you make your way undetected until back to the camp.
Hagar, here's your friend.
Well, nice
Go ahead.
scouting mission.
No need for
But-
violence.
Go ahead. I saved you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure you did.
She did. Anyway. Rescued by an elf.
This is your life now.
You see, this is why I told you that
Congratulations.
he's not gonna like me.
Well, thank
Even
you
though I
anyways.
saved him.
See, he thanked you. I knew it was a good idea to get him out of there.
So how do we do this? Do we get a campfire going? Like, what's happening here?
I imagine in the meantime,
Okay.
campfire set. Yeah.
So
I say we, I mean DL.
Well, go ahead. What are you gonna do now? You're a free man.
yeah, I'm not going to stay on the countryside anymore. I thought Novigrad was shit. Wow, this is shit. I'm going to pick the next big town. Probably go back to Maribor. Like try my luck there. They probably need a competent city guard. Like this is no crime. What's happening here? This is like madness.
Maybe you'd find a better home on Skellige.
And Skellige, of the
Skellige.
pirates.
It's not just pirates. There's also a very nice potato farm just off our Skellige.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a farmer. Like my home is in the city. I just realized.
So why did we rescue him again?
Because it was the right thing to do. And as you can see on Gerhard's face, we made him a very happy person. And
Yeah.
he is very appreciative
Is he
of
just like
everything we've done.
completely stone faced?
No, he's just a grumpy person, but
Yeah.
he was actually very like he thanked you. So
Yeah.
Well, sorry for how this has happened. Do believe me when I say it was entirely unintentional.
yeah, I don't even want to know. Like just like, can you give me some rations maybe? Like, do you have some sausages or something?
Yeah,
did
Hagar,
not.
do we have any food?
I think everyone else got rations, and I will live off the ale.
No, we didn't.
And
No, we didn't, because
We
you
didn't.
made us think that we didn't have to.
what?
None of us got rations.
Yeah, that's
None
true.
of us? I thought I don't need any. I can
No,
live
none
off
of
the
us.
forest.
None of you did.
Well,
Dale, would you be so kind as to go and find us some food?
I can
Enough
find
of the
us.
4 of us and the good captain.
I am great at finding food. Sometimes I think you guys underestimate me.
Please,
And I walk.
please,
I
go,
walk.
please go ahead and prove it.
I go into the forest and I'm looking for everything that's edible in these parts. So roots
Survival.
and fruit. Come again?
Survivor.
Survival already. This is one-time dice.
Natural
Oh
one.
yeah. No, it's a 17.
It's good.
Respect.
So you're actually pretty good in discerning like which stuff is eatable, which stuff is not. You pick some berries, you pick some mushrooms. There's even like this one squirrel you saw before, and like it's just eating his nuts around the tree, and you approach very silently, and with a big jump you manage to grab its tail, and you're like, "Ugh!" And you actually get a squirrel as well. Squirrel are fast, but this time we actually were faster.
So wait, do I have it in my hand on
Yes.
at the tail?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll keep it like this.
Okay,
It's
So it's like,
yeah, just like far enough away from me so that it doesn't scratch
okay.
me.
So you come back with some berries, with some roots, with some mushrooms, and with a squirrel.
A live squirrel.
Yeah, live squirrel.
Calavendra, this is for you. I found a friend, somebody you can talk to.
Are you trying to say something that you're giving me a squirrel?
You. If I know one thing, it's that elves love squirrels. And this is
Do
a really
we?
funny guy.
Do
What's
we?
your name? And I look at it, and I'm asking it, what's your name?
Who told you we like squirrels?
Wait. I'm talking to the squirrel right now, Calavendra, I'm sorry.
To
Did you
talk
just
with the
give me
squirrel,
sass?
Because I'm activating my Speak with Animals ability.
for that, I think you meditated while you were going back, because it like takes 10 minutes for you to. Does it take 10 minutes actually?
Its duration 10 minutes. Casting time is 1 action.
Okay. But you can cast it as a ritual, so... Anyway, okay. While you were going to... Normally it takes a bit longer, you need to gather your force, you know, you need to feel the vibe of the forest, of the animals. Because you have the spell, but you can cast it as a ritual, you know what I mean? Anyway, like, while you're coming back, like, you already... sense like the beast, the squirrel, and you get the feeling for it. And while you actually, when you talk to Calavendra, you actually already attuned to the beast, so you actually can't speak to the squirrel. So yeah. What's your name?
I'm asking what's your name.
What's your problem, asshole? Leave me be!
Hey, I just wanted to.
Get me to the ground now!
I found some nuts.
I tell you now!
Calavendra, he wants to be your friend.
Really?
And I talked to
doesn't look like
Calavendra.
Oh no.
And he's like,
It looks...
it's like he jumps on you, but he tries to get to the ground immediately and tries to get away as fast as possible.
Guys, grab him again.
Yeah, you can try. You can make an acrobatics check.
I was
That's kinda
expecting
shy.
something like the scene out of Rick and Morty, but that was so much better.
22.
You grab it by the tail again, and you have it again.
Hagar, this looks more like food.
While he looks at you, he's like,
Tell her to get me down!
Okay, first you gotta tell me your name, little squirrel friend. Calavendra wants to eat you, cause you're behaving so what's the word?
Eat me!
don't behave
Get me
well.
down now!
So if you can stay calm for 1 moment, then maybe we were not gonna eat you.
he's like freezing in place.
Hagar, what was the actual point to get the squirrel? I thought you were going out for food.
Well, are you not impressed, Calavendra, that I can talk to animals? This is my squirrel friend, and if you don't give me a name,
see,
I'm
you're
gonna
a
give you
squirrel
one.
friend.
You're a squirrel friend.
No, you said yours. You can talk to him.
Yeah, but I wanted to be your companion so you can be less sad all the time. And then you have somebody to talk to.
I'm not going to be your companion! Get me down!
Okay,
I can't even talk to the squirrel.
friends, I think I have just decided we can just eat it.
What?
The squirrel starts to like,
Get me down now, or I'll eat your nose!
He's threatening to eat your nose, Calavendra, quickly!
Oh no! What are you doing?
And
I have
can't-
kids!
so
I have
can't hear
kids!
I can't hear the squirrel, so I'm gonna...
Oh no.
Oh,
There it is again. There it is
we
again.
left. Oh.
I disconnected.
You're back.
I can't hear what the squirrel's saying, so...
You're just like,
Okay,
yeah.
stop.
If we don't decide on what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kill the squirrel, so we can have food.
Just let it go. Let it go. This was a stupid idea.
But
Do we
what
actually
about food?
hear? Do we actually hear
No.
what Helga says?
what Hera says? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, no, kill the squirrel.
Let it go. Let it go. The squirrel's innocent.
But we need food, Helga.
Yeah, we need food.
Tell
It's the
them
We
circle of
have
life.
Tell them.
berries.
It's the
let
circle of life.
Let the squirrel live.
You're the big guy here. You're the alpha human. Do something.
I am the decided. I am the one who is making decisions here.
Can
and
I
say, let
very quickly just cast magic missile to kill the squirrel?
Yes, you can.
I cast magic missile.
Then you need
on
to
the
make a ranged
squirrel.
attack, right?
Yes, I do.
Then you do that.
Do I?
squirrel.
You create
What was
free
the point
glowing
of
darts
getting the
magic
squirrel?
swords, blah blah blah. You can see. Oh, it's actually you don't even need
It's
to.
insta hit.
It's actually
No.
yeah. So like Helga, while you have the squirrel in, or Calavendra has it in hand, Effie is like mumbling something on Elfish or on the Elder speech basically.
Yeah.
And then tell yourself how you do it. It's the killing blow. Go on.
Like, yeah, I'm deliberately mumbling behind my hand as I'm casting the spell, and then, like, as Herga says, let it go. This was a terrible idea. The squirrel is innocent. I just point my finger and like three blasts of blue light strike the squirrel and just immediately lights go out.
No!
Sandra's hand. And then every kind of just like scratches the side of her head and says, "Can we get on with our evening, please?"
Helga, you went out to get food. You brought food.
I'm like on my knees. Can I hold the squirrel? Like this. Like
Totally.
no.
You sure you're not gonna run off with the squirrel?
I just want to try to find a friend for Kalavatnra.
But I can't even talk to the squirrel.
Well, I could have mediated.
Wouldn't that technically make you my friend if you're constantly talking for the squirrel to me?
No.
I think Helga would be happy to be your friend.
For a record, I did 13 damage to the squirrel.
The skull literally exploded.
Anyway,
We will see,
So-
Helga.
Actually, Calandra, you have like half the squirrel now in your hand. Like you have the tail,
Yeah.
and the other thing is like lying on the ground.
so anyway,
Yes, the other half.
anyway, since I was the one who hunted down the squirrel, I'd say I get the biggest share.
It's fantastic with you, actually. I planned that at this point we are like way farther, but like you managed, like in the first 10 minutes, I planned for this adventure to take me 1.5 hours. It's good. I like it. Keep going.
I think, like, I hope that now we can just cook the food, eat the food,
Well, yes,
and sleep.
but it's not like too much. Like it's like you can get by the day, but like for the road with the 3 days, you
Yeah.
probably need to hunt every day.
We'll probably, yeah.
There was one thing I
You
wanted
hear
to
that,
ask
Helga?
Gerhard still. I still wanted to ask him if he... Yeah, did you know about the what the wood lumber mills did as a job?
Me?
As a guard captain?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Gerhard.
Oh.
Gerhard.
What the woodcutters did? Well,
Yeah,
cutting
I mean-
woods and getting stuff from the forest out, what the elves leave behind.
Did you know where that came from?
Of course it did. From the dead people which the elf left behind.
Huh. You wanna know something?
No, I already know. Do you think I'm stupid?
I guess that's fine. We'll leave it as it is.
Well, I don't think I approached you guys. Not my smartest decision so far, anyway.
Well, we did break the spell. We did break the spell.
You broke the spell?
Well, I
Oh, you
mean, it
didn't know?
wasn't really a spell, right? So
There was no spell to be broken.
you were right, and we helped you prove it.
Okay. What happens?
You
to
might have
Windbrook?
lost your job.
What happens to Windbrook then?
You have
Well-
nothing. You have nothing to fear from this. They were as much a prisoner to. Well, they were a prisoner to Lady Trisha, and now that Lady Trisha is gone, they wish to have nothing more to do with the village. So
Yeah, let's leave it behind. Like
they've
things are
moved
settled.
north.
It's in the past.
Yes, Alfred Little. Well, anyway,
What do you think of Alfred?
he's a brat. You want to know more?
Actually, no.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, Gerhard. My companions don't really care much about your city, but please know that I always will always keep it in my heart as a place where there's great beer and great friends.
Yeah, this is not my city anymore. I'm going to Maribor.
And Maribor, I have to warn you. There's an inn that serves foul ale. Don't go to that inn. I hope they have sent the guards there already. I complained. I had an official complaint there at the quartermaster.
So the evening passes by. You go to sleep. Do you generally, like, for all the days coming now, like, how do you want to do it? Like, do you want to have a certain, like, watch rotation? How do you travel? Like, what's the idea behind? What's the plan for moving south?
think we'll just straight on head there, right? Listen to some wolves howling.
In terms of watch, I guess it makes sense to have Deoch and Calavendra kind of rotate, as they are our most capable. Not that Herga isn't capable of fighting off a threat should it come, but at least spotting the threat. Calavendra and Deoch are probably our best bet.
Yeah.
We're probably, I guess, we're resting enough each night so that you can both sleep properly and keep watch.
If you want to like rest,
And
then yes.
Just marching during the day.
Everyone who of you wants to hunt?
I want to hunt.
I want to hunt.
Okay, both of you please survive. One survival check for all 3 days.
Ah, 9.
10.
Oh god.
Good. Let's quicken this up. Gerhard at some point, like when you get up for the next day, he winks and he's basically off to Maribor. He's going north, while you go south. He thanks you again. He actually wanted to give you some of his purse, but he couldn't find his purse, so he's like, okay, sorry. You make your way south. Like the days are like you march and march. It's like really tiresome, and like Deoch and Herga try to get some food. It's not the best what they get, but they get you through. But after like 3 days, like sleeping in the forest, like everything is already aching, and like you're really hungry. You had the river nearby, so at least the water was there. So you drank water from the river. It's also not the best water, and like, but you made it through. And after like 3 days, let me quickly do this. There we go. We actually approach a new town. Ooh, where is it?
Wow.
At some point, like, you come from the north, and you see like this is actually a fort. So the walls inside are like wooden. So this is no stone. There are no stone walls, but they are like wooden walls, like palisades, real palisades. And they are like there's like you see even in front of the palisades there are like wooden houses, but you can see behind the palisades they're actually. First time you actually see stone houses. So this is like looks a bit bigger than like it actually looks quite bigger than Windbrook. It's not like a big city. It's not like Novigrad or Maribor or something, but it's definitely a small city, so to say. And
There's 2 inns, Herga.
That's 2 opportunities to get run out of the village.
And you come from the north, and you look quite hungry. You're quite beaten, and you're glad that Mayana is there. So question is, what are you going to do? You're just approaching like the city and like just trying to get in the city.
I mean, when during the day do we arrive? Is it already evening?
It's on the fourth day around afternoon. So it took 1 day longer than expected because of all the hunting.
Attempted hunting.
Well, they brought home some game, but it was not like a rural fest, so to say. It was more like squirrels.
Again.
I guess we can make our way to the town hall to talk about where the beast was last spotted. We might as well, like, there's no point wasting time. We can check in at one of the inns later in the evening when it's necessary.
You're still in front of the town though, so
yeah, so we could just walk into town to find someone to talk to about why we're here.
Herga, do you still have the head of that beast?
Yes.
And it's like
and I pull it out.
It's
really... leave it in. Is there any way to keep it outside of the town and maybe keep it somehow fresh?
I think we're a little past that.
Maybe we can... I don't know. Can you cast a spell or something?
Can I? I don't think I know anything appropriate.
Because we can't walk in there with the head and say we
tell you what, I might, like, on our travels, when time allows, when we were setting up camp and when, you know, before sleep and everything, I probably would have been reading more of that book. I don't suppose there's anything in there that would help, is there?
You can make 3 Arcana rolls over the, like, no, 4, no, 3, because you had 3 nights. So
3 Arcana rolls.
So 3 Arcana rolls and just tell me the outcome, and then I can tell you how far you are with the book.
I rolled a 15, then a 23, and then a 17.
So you're actually making progress. You finished it once, but now you actually need to focus on the notes. So you have like the idea of like basic healing spells that kind of work. You haven't tried them out yourself, but you're looking at Trisha's note and how she uses them. Like not like you know how like what it does already. You know it's about polymorphing, but now you're actually looking at practical. And a practical angle how to transfer what she's written into real life, and you already maybe started to practice a bit with like leaves on the ground, like to maybe make them bigger or whatever. But there, like the successes were like so far. You think you're making progress, like, but you still have.
But maybe not enough. Maybe not enough progress to be able to do anything about the rotting wolf's head.
Well, you think like if you have some more days to like study with the with the book, you could maybe actually do something with the wolf's head.
So yeah, then I say to Dale, I'm making some progress with this new kind of magic, but I will require further study to be able to do anything with this. So maybe keeping it out of the town at least sounds like a good idea, hidden away
on the other hand,
somewhere.
Like, Diog, you notice like when you have like bringing Witcher trophies to the town hall or to like to the mayor. Mayor. It typically was the same thing. Like it stunk, you threw it to him, like you got your stuff, you went. So.
Actually, yeah, I know. Yeah. I know we can just give it to him, but the thing is, we kind of want to know where the beast is first, then decide to go hunting for the beast, and then save. Yeah.
I would just go to the inn and ask if they knew anything about it.
Yeah. Then in that case, yeah, just hide the head outside of the city. We go to make sure, like, we keep up appearances by seeking out information on where it was found, leave the city, save IHEC, and then bring back the head.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So how do you hide it?
Well,
how
hidden is it in Helga's purse?
It's not his purse, it's like...
It's also, yeah, it's not hidden in his pants either. I'd imagine.
I can't really bury it.
We should have like hollowed it out, and I could have worn it as a helmet. That would be badass.
Wow.
And scare all the townsfolk.
Maybe could have been a distraction at Windbrook.
And then all the guards would try and attack you.
They would have ran away.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
How do we hide it? I mean, we can...
I think we should present it in the city and ask if they have seen any wolf creature like this.
But, I mean... Then we can't really claim the reward, can we?
Who cares about the reward? You want to...
I kinda do.
Help this poor...
If you don't want the reward.
Person. I don't care about the reward.
I'll take it.
But we didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why my plan was to first rescue IHEC and then present them with this head, and then we both win, right? They think we killed the monster, and we actually saved IHEC and killed the monster, so win-win.
Why don't we tell them that we found this one close by, but thought we saw a second one and want to hear about what they know?
Because then they would want the head of the second one too.
I didn't think that far.
Oh, really?
You make the plans. I'll just walk along.
Is that your contract?
I mean, I have it. I find it... I mean, for me, the most important part is that I can go home and tell people with a signature that I slew the monster, or healed it, or whatever. heroic deed.
And you don't want to come up with a plan for that.
I tried. Every time I come up with a plan, you shoot me down. I'm sorry.
I love your plans, Holger.
I
It's
love
just
them
that
too.
we-
Right?
We need to find compromises, sadly, in this world. So,
Compromise.
how about we?
Why don't you just find a crate somewhere? Just
Yeah,
put it
exactly. A wooden crate.
Okay, so you go into the forest looking for wooden crates, or
No. Outside, in the
Right.
outskirts of this town.
okay.
Okay.
I'm just like, so you're going up to some houses. You see if there's a crate outside, like in someone's backyard. You open it, you put it in. I'm just like trying to get the situation here.
It's just a prank, bro.
Does nobody have a backpack with enough space? Okay, so I look through my stuff. What backpacks I have? Is my backpack big enough to
No,
if
you-
I like empty it?
Well, but you have so much stuff inside. Like if you want to empty it, then the stuff in your backpack stays outside.
Yeah, sure. What useless stuff do I have with me?
I could keep it in my backpack. Your stuff.
You will never see that stuff again.
Let's make this short. You're moving stuff
who needs a
between
mirror?
backpacks.
I mean,
You move stuff between backpacks, and Herga just takes the beast. And Calavendra, you have now a bigger backpack where you actually have some hand axes from Herga as well in there, and it's like, yeah. But
That's
Careful,
exactly-
there's holy water from Skellige, and a flask of oil. Don't let it break. It could be a bit slimy.
good. Now Herga has the beast. Like you still smell. So that's the thing. And you make your way into the town from the north. The outside
No,
of
Herger, the idea was to put the backpack somewhere outside of the town. Hide it
But how-
somewhere in the underbrush.
How
near
can
the
we-
river.
But don't you know how the forest works? If I put this rotten corpse there, the bag is not going to protect it from all the animals here.
Bury it.
That's
So the
even
ants eat it.
Every does not understand how forestry works.
I will take it with me, and we will just present it to the innkeep and ask him.
All right, okay.
good. You
let's
make
just give him his way for once.
you
Let's
make
go to the first inn.
You make okay, so you make your way up to the north into the town. The buildings outside are a bit more shabby. It's still okay, but they are like it looks like a bit like Windbrook, a bit more how to say like shabby I think is the word. And you go into it, and like when you pass what it appears to be an inn, well, actually let me quickly check. And the inn is called the Drunken Dwarf. But like they're standing like three ladies, like three at this point of day, three ladies outside. They don't have that much clothing on, and they'll look at you, and like when Herga and like Deer walk by, they're just like raising, and they're showcasing a bit what they have, and like winking at you.
What do they have?
Well, feminine charms.
Well,
So,
I guess
so are they like? So how strong are they?
Well, there's one which is a bit like larger. One is very skinny, and one like I don't know, probably somewhere in the middle.
But are they like muscular? Like
Nah, not really.
yeah, then it's not my type.
so. Is this more like a brothel than an inn then?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
Okay.
So make your way further.
Yes.
Okay. So you move up to the oh come on, guard door. What's it called? Gate. Thank you. And like one is looking at you like, halt. State your purpose.
It is us, Herga and the group of his friends. We have come to seek for information about a gruesome beast that is roaming these lands, and we might have evidence that we slew one of his kind already. Let us
you did.
through.
Oh no, he's.
Oh no.
Oh,
He's looking.
He's
No,
choice
we
words.
didn't. We
He's
just heard
dead.
about it.
yeah.
So you're monster
It's too late
hunters.
now.
Maybe
Yes,
we don't
we
have
are
a
monster hunters.
He's looking at each of you. He's like going by like there are like 2 more guards which are standing in the gate as well. But like this one looks like the superior, and he's like.
I actually I turn to the side where I have blood on my dress still to try and make it look a little more authentic. That would
Make a deception check then.
deception.
Yeah, he's like looking at each of you like from the bottom. He's a dwarf, by the way. Just if I didn't mention it. And
I rolled a 6.
okay, he's like eyeing you. Like he looks at you at your dress. He's looking at you, just like raising his eyebrow. He's looking at Diog. He looks you in the eyes. He's just like nodding. Looks at Calavendra. Can you can you show your face?
No, I don't want to.
He's like raising his eyebrow, but he's okay. Everyone, like just make an insight check.
Oh, me.
No, everyone just. While you do the insight checks, he's like moving back.
12.
6.
Where's the deception?
Insight?
Inside. 13.
11.
Okay.
We're tired. We're
Yeah.
not paying a lot of attention.
Anyway, like he's nodding, and he's like whispering something to the dwarf, and the dwarf nods, and he's like, okay, you may pass, but please leave your weapons at the guardhouse.
Where's the guardhouse? Is that right at the?
It's like next to the gate. It's like the
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
it's a stone.
You
bar.
want to take the weapons away from Miss Skelliger?
Yes, sir.
You also take away the sticks from the cripple?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we should follow his orders.
This once. Allow it. We can return later to get them.
I don't think we have a choice, to be honest.
So I very much unwillingly give up my great axe.
So you give your great axe.
Oh, it's in my backpack.
Yeah, he's like, what's in those?
Yeah, it's just Herga.
Supplies.
Yeah, just
What's
supplies.
smelling? What's smelling like
That's
like
a
rotten?
really, it's a really delicious dish from
No,
Scandinavia.
Herga still needs to shower.
Have you all like, have you all given your weapons?
Yes.
I give him the
Yes.
dagger.
I gave you my great axe.
Okay, so basically they put it back into the guardhouse, and then they came here, and like he nods at the other dwarfs, and he's looking right at like Diog, and he's saying like, by the name of Lord Berthold, you are hereby arrested. Please follow me.
Oh,
I told you we shouldn't have given up the weapons.
And like they have like pikes, and they're just like, and
On what grounds
Oh,
are we
shit.
arrested?
Here we go again.
oh shit.
I will take you to the town hall. Mr. like Leopold will
I demand
reveal
to
the
be known.
charges.
I
Hold up a
demand.
minute.
I demand to know now what the charges are.
Are we all under arrest?
Yes,
Why?
By whose order?
Do
by
you know our names?
Lord Berthold.
And
For
why?
what?
Please come with me. All shall be revealed. All shall
Every
be
stay still.
revealed. The
Let's
dwarf
follow him.
pokes you a bit with the.
Okay,
Yeah,
then she
let's follow
moves.
him.
So you all following?
Yeah.
Okay, you're basically moving from. You're moving past like the buildings here. You're moving
That went south so quickly.
through the town hall, and on the
okay.
crossings, like one hooded figure is actually like holding the guard captain, and he's like talking to him, and they shake hands. And can you make a perception check?
9.
21.
25.
Nice. Dirk
5.
Dirk and Efri see that like a small pouch, as like while they shook hands, is like moving from one hand to the other.
From
And-
the person with the hood.
Yeah,
the guard.
the guard is like, okay, follow me, please. And like the hooded figure is like looking at Calavendra, and he's saying like, you.
Wait, sorry,
me,
what
please.
happened to the hooded figure?
He's looking at Calavendra and is like, you with me, please.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
You
You keep-
with me, please.
Oh. Why? And why not the rest?
Leave Calavandra alone.
Why only me?
Please don't ask
Is-
questions. It's like the other ones will be like in jail soon. You are free. Like, shouldn't that be enough? Come with me, please. And the guards poke the other ones, like, but don't poke you, Calavendra.
I feel
Insight
like
check,
you might be
please.
free here.
I'd like to roll an insight check on that.
Sure.
Calavandra, don't forget who brought you a squirrel friend.
Rolled 13.
What do you want to know?
First of all, like, when he says free, is he clear? Is he lying?
Doesn't look like it.
I feel like you should follow Calavandra. We'll be fine. We'll meet you outside of the town.
Alright.
So they pull you off, and the hooded figure takes you. He's like, follow me, please.
Da-da-da-da.
And you
And I follow him.
and you follow, and like you go back to you kick some sideways into the town, and there's like kind of like a trapdoor again, like with two I don't know, handles to open, whatever. You open it, and like there's a stair going down into a cellar, and he's moving like in front of you. It's like, please come.
And I follow. Yeah.
And like you go down to Keller, in the cellar. It's like it's a typical how we would imagine the cellar of an inn. Like there are like big kegs of beer there. There is some like drawers with some with onions, with garlic, like hangs from the ceiling, and there's a lot of food in there. And on one of the tables there sits an elf. And she looks at you, and she's like, "Good evening."
Good evening. Who are you?
You're safe here.
Do I know you?
Not now, but now you know. My name is Yella. Yalla. Sorry.
Yella.
Yalla. What's your name?
Calavandra. What
Pleased to meet you,
do you
Calavandra.
want with me? Nice to meet you too. What do you want with me?
I just set you free. It's like I thought like maybe we could like talk about things,
Talk about what?
about favors.
About what?
Favors. A favor for a
Favors.
friend.
So what kind of favors are you asking?
Me? Oh, I'm just giving away favors. And when the time is right, maybe you could like return the favor at some point.
Uh-huh. And why am I free and my other friends?
Because you look the type. Like, look, I tell you how it is. The world is cruel, right? Like, especially to your kind.
Yes.
Exactly. You need to create like your own way. You need to just take what you can like to survive. You can't rely on anyone. Does this sound right?
Yes, it does.
Exactly what I thought. Look, and this is where we come in place. This is the same with us. Like every one of us has the same problem. Every one of us searches for something in this world, but doesn't know where to belong. Like we have no help. Everyone is alone. But we found family, and there's some, as I said, like favors for favors. There's we're family, but we're looking after each other. Like, and we thought maybe you would need family as well. You need some friends in this world.
All right, I'm listening.
Look, it is like this. There's like when you're alone, the amount of money you can generate in a day is like often not really satisfactory. But if you're in a group and like you can plan for it, and like there's let's say someone who knows stuff and can give you extra information, then often like the money you yield at the end of the day is like way higher than you would be on your own.
That is true.
It's exactly true. And the thing is, imagine you would give 20% of the money to your family, but you still make like double the money. That would still be like way more money for you, right?
All right, you got my attention.
I'm so glad that you tell us. Listen, like this, my friends, we call ourselves the Forgotten. You know why why we call ourselves the Forgotten? Because we're the ones no one looks at. We are in every shadow. We are the beggar on the street. We are the barmaid in your tavern. No one looks at us, but we have this is actually the best what can happen to you, because no one looks at you, so we can come and go wherever we want. It is like this. If you wanna like help us and you let us help you, then we would say we have a special task for you, and when you execute the task well, then we can talk more, and we can talk about like even more money on the table, about different stuff to earn, about we have people who know a lot of stuff, who can teach you different stuff.
All right. What would be the reward for the first task?
Money more than you probably have seen in your life.
And how much can I trust you with that?
That is the thing. You can't trust me at all. But look at this. I'm just a friend. I just freed you from prison. Like you would have probably like, I don't know. Like what have you done? Like they just took you on the guard's house, right? Like
yeah, exactly.
I got you out of there. So I already proved my friendship to you.
All right.
Also, let me do you another favor. I know how you can get your friends out of prison.
How?
Listen. Are you in? Can we shake hands on it? He's like,
yeah.
Okay. Good. First the task, then the joy, then the reward. She's like, she's looking at the letter, gives you the letter, and there's a wedding held in Brugge. It's like in 1.5 months, and they still search for people working there. You know, as servants, as cleaners. They don't have that many people. Like you can get there in very easily, and we also already have more people in there as well. So if you can get to the wedding, get a job there, we are sure that we will get in contact with you, and when the time is right, then we'll rob the castle of everything that shines. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good to me.
Awesome.
I'll do it.
Good. So this is like this will be your task. Like go to the wedding and get a job, and we will be in contact, and then we'll talk more about details. Until then, you should travel with friends. You know, like friends is like the only thing that keeps you alive. Like alone, you are you are probably lost. In this town, you have us as friends for sure, but on the road, like we can guarantee you safety. So, where do I have it? And Marek, do you have it? And like oh yes. The hooded figure is like, look, and she's like coming up to you, in the guardhouse in the night. There are 3 guards. 2 of them play cards most of the time. The other one typically patrols the gate. If you can sneak in there and get to the 3rd drawer, in the 3rd drawer there is like the official guard sigil, and there are also some like warrants in there. I'm sure with the official guard sigil and the warrants, you probably can fake something like maybe your own warrant to like get the freedom. But of course, like if you ask like why are there, well, like you have never seen us, so. But I still hope that I still hope that info proves useful to you.
Yeah, it does. I will try and get them out.
We'll also probably leave Mayena soon. Like there's something in the air, like a storm is gathering. Like you kind of like feel the tension. So don't stay too long in Mayena. We'll probably be out soon as well.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Okay, good. Then it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh,
Nice
one thing
to meet
actually.
you too.
Yes.
No, yes, I'm listening.
Oh, just one more thing. Do you know like some tricks of the trade?
Some tricks of the trade.
And what are you going to do is like you spend like 1 or 2 hours now with him, and they actually show you some really good tricks, like how you can like you tackle one, you get the purse out of them, like they show you some thievery like deceptions and tricks you can employ on the street, and after that like he points the way out, and like you learned a lot from this too. They're pretty knowledgeable in this kind of stuff, and you know that you probably could learn even more from them. And at some point, like you leave, like you go stairs up, and you're standing on the street of Mayana again, and well, you're 1 level higher, and now you're standing alone in Mayana. Meanwhile, the others. There you go.
Just chilling.
So, for the others, like you've been escorted to the town hall. There's no sign of Calvendry yet. You're being brought into the town hall. There's like a big hall, so to say, and while you like entering the door, a man is coming up. It looks like a nobleman, and he's like, tip 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 tip, coming to you. It's like, what is the matter? What is this? What?
Perhaps you may tell us.
Yeah, that's what we like to know.
And like the dwarf looks at him. He's a witcher. And the man is like, to the dungeons with him and with his friends. We'll hear them out later.
Excuse me?
What is the meaning of this?
You're friends with a witcher. That should be enough. Take them.
That's not a crime.
It is. It is. And
I've heard this enough.
It's all Diok's fault, you're saying.
Yes,
this the
that's what
Witcher?
he's saying. It is my profession that scares him.
it's not your profession. But I'm sure we can find something. He's approaching you, and he's grabbing to your amulet.
Perhaps now is not a bad time to show them the work we've done on behalf of Mayana.
And he's grabbing like the amulet.
My amulet?
Yeah.
Oh hell no. I try to riposte.
Okay. So you're basically trying to You don't need to roll anything. You're just like waiting. It's like,
Yeah.
Look, he's not willing. He's one of them for sure. Take them.
One second. Do you know why we came here?
And he's like, and the dwarf's like, gone, come on, and like the.
We came here to help you.
Okay, empty the bag.
So I
The
was
bags are at the
very
guardhouse
confused.
currently.
Okay, I don't get the chance.
Oh, the bags are at the guardhouse.
Oh, I see.
Well, crap.
So they escort you.
Yep.
They escort you out of the town hall, and they escort you up towards the keep. And in the keep, there's actually a stone keep. It's not like the wooden whatever you had in Windberg. And they escort you down, and there's like 3 cells in the. There's like more cells. There are actually like 6 or 7 cells down there, and they even like get you in a separate cell, each one of you, and like lock the door, and go out again.
And they've taken everything.
Well, basically
Must
your
not just the weapons.
weapons and like your backpacks with stuff, which is
Okay.
not currently at the guard's house.
So we only have our clothes on us.
More or less,
and
yes.
Don't worry, friends. I will find a way to free us. And I start grabbing the bars and try to pull them open.
You can try.
Okay.
Strength check.
But I guess I can't do a rage.
Of course you can.
Okay. I will never be imprisoned again. And I try to.
I mean,
Okay.
what?
So in a rage, I have
Advantage.
advantage on strength checks.
Yes.
So yeah, here we go. Well, that's so I still get the bonus. That would be an 18. And that's 7. So
18?
18 is my highest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, "Hurrah!" And you're actually moving the bars a bit, but they're like steel bars, so they're not like as easily bent. But you actually feel like how they bend, and you have like made a bit of a hole, so to say. A bit of luck, you could maybe press your head through it.
That's it. See, friends, I managed to break open my guards a little bit. If we had kept my squirrel friend, he could have gotten help from Calavandra now.
On that
Speaking of-
topic,
Yeah.
do I have any reason to believe that Bertram would be able to open the cell?
You can like, you can try to. It's your raven, after all.
Yep. I summon. I do a summoning whistle,
Bertram appears.
and I say, seeing as you wouldn't deliver the message, how about you try opening the door for me? And kind of offer my shoulder forward.
He's jumping off, and he's like flying through the bars, and he's like going to the table. He's like picking stuff around, like he's poking for anything that could help.
I telepathically tell him to look for the keys.
He's searching, but so far he doesn't find anything. No keys.
So there's no guards around.
There's no guards in the keep. You passed some guards while you've been escorted down the keep. So like they were like one floor above you, so to say. You're also like underground here. Like there's no images. There's just like a candle like in the middle of the room. It's like very dark.
And it's probably like evening now.
Well, it's late afternoon, I would say.
Yeah. I shout really loudly that I need help. And try to attract one guard.
Yeah, actually, at some point, like is the raven still like rummaging through the stuff?
Unless, like, I tell it to, especially if I hear Dio saying that, I tell it to keep searching.
Okay, so basically, the guard comes down, and like he has like also one of these pikes, and he comes down like, what? Stupid!
Help!
And like he's trying with the pike to like shoo away the raven.
Hide.
Okay, like
Mr. Guard.
The raven just like flies out, and the guard comes like to your cell, and he's like, "What?"
And I try to cast Axie.
Okay. What is the saving throw? Axie. This saving throw. Okay. You see like how his mind, like his eyes like go a bit like blurry, and he's like looking at you.
And I say, you forgot to unlock my door.
Oh, sorry.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. It's fine.
Yes, you're right. Of course. He's reaching down like his pocket, and like he's opening your cell door.
My God. Thank you. And now you can give me back the key. It's fine. I won't mention it to the other guards.
I can't give away my key.
Okay, then you just open the doors. It's okay.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah, I should open the doors. Like,
Yeah.
He opens.
That's very responsible of you. And then maybe take care of this mess that the bird created on the table, right? You don't want to let the captain see that, right? Yeah, didn't you see the bird right here?
Yeah, I
You should try to.
Yeah, I should do that. Like.
Yeah. All right, people, let's go.
This was a very nice guard.
Yes. Let's try and sneak out then.
I need my great axe back though.
So yeah, we move up the stairs while the guard keeps.
Stealth
Wait,
check
I don't know.
then?
Rummaging. Yeah, let's stealth.
Thanks, Ryan.
Oh, natural 20.
17.
13.
Nice, it's not bad as well. While you make nearly no noise as you go up the stairs. Especially Diog is like a cat. He's like going up the stairs, and at some point, like he passes the top stair and goes into the room where like 3 guards are standing, looking at Ryan, Diog, And like, alarm!
Oh, shit. That's what happens when you roll the natural 20.
Well, there's one, like,
I know.
there's no. Where would you go?
I know. It's nothing.
If you want, we can reverse time at this point because you rolled a natural 20, and you can actually, you see that there's like the room opening, and you can react before anything happens.
That's your Witcher senses telling you what would happen if you take that.
Yes, exactly. I push back and stop Effrey and Herger in their tracks and say there are 3 guards. We've got like 10 seconds before they notice us. What are we gonna do?
3? That's so unfair. They've got no chance against me.
10,
We don't have our weapons.
8,
I have my weapons right
Effrey, do
here.
you have any idea?
Effrey hides behind
Five.
behind the doorway.
4,
Can't you snatch a weapon from the awfully
2,
friendly guard that freed us?
1, and like one guard like hears like someone like speaking around the corner. He's like peeking around, like, alarm! Prisoners are free!
We try to storm out.
And like they actually move in position and like go with the pikes like in front of the entrance to the, like where the stairs are. And you basically could run into, but like you would go right into the pikes.
Okay.
We have to... Can I try to intimidate them?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I built myself up in front of them, and I say, move aside, or we will punch our way through you.
You can try, but you have disadvantage because there are 3 of them.
Okay.
Move or be moved.
So this is 14. And a natural 1.
Good.
Whoops.
While you do it, you slip a bit, like you kind of fall down some chairs, but you rescue yourself and you're like, ha! And the guards are like just stone faced.
I think they
I
actually
tried,
break
man.
out laughing.
Well, that might give us enough room to move. I say we barricade ourselves in the prison, and we have to hold the other guard hostage.
Go
Get the other
back
guy.
into your cells and they like move forward.
Yeah, I go back into my cell, hands up.
Here go.
Okay, I follow them.
Okay, so you go back to your cells, they close the cells, they'll lock the door, and they actually, the other guard was in there like, what's wrong with you? And like he's, what happened? Like the other dwarf looks into his eyes. Did you fall under the Witcher spell? And yes, that must be what happened. Didn't I tell you what we need to do when we have a Witcher in here? Don't look him in the eyes. Yes. You have not today. You have potato duty. What about today? Yes, you're today. Now go.
Can I shout at
Yes.
them and
Sure.
say, "What about the coin the elf gave you, dwarf, to free us? I want to cause
It's not the captain. It's like not the one who brought you here. Is not with them.
Yeah,
like
no,
he
I
had
know,
some
I know,
emblems on it, and like they're just like foot.
No. I wanted to cause distrust between these 3 guards and the one guard
Okay,
that
yeah, we
freed
can do
us.
it. I just wanted to say that. Okay, and he's like, look, don't listen to what the sneaky snake rat has to say. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Gave it my best shot.
They're not really trustful of witches here.
Yep, I
It
noticed.
seems, yeah, this is what Effrey says to Dio as well as they leave. I say, it seems that you're not particularly trusted in this town, Dio.
Anything special you want to do until you
Arrested on bloody arrival.
I want to hide my Witcher medallion underneath my clothes.
Sure. Calvendra, what are you going to do? It's like getting dark outside.
I definitely contemplate teleporting out.
Mhm.
At least, like, if I'm going to, like, I'm not going to stay in Brook, obviously, but at least I can stay in a comfortable bed.
You can try to, but it's like you haven't like, you know, it's like a really high level spell, and you haven't tried it once. You know now the basics of it, but you can try though if you want to.
What are the risks of it going wrong?
Well, at
Do
some
I
point
know
you
that?
need to try anyway, but like obviously
Yeah.
there's always the risk of splitting. There's always the risk of going to the wrong place, like maybe even another plane.
Okay, you've convinced me. Let's try it.
So what you need to do is like I need to roll an Arcana check.
I rolled a natural 20.
That's good.
Oh,
So you're remembering what Trisha told you, and you're focusing on the ley lines. You focus on the spell of the circle, of the teleportation circle, and you're muttering some words, and like you try to focus and at some points you try to like tear into the fabrics of reality, and you open your eyes and you are in the Tower of Windbrook.
Cool. So I spend what's the best way of doing this? I wanted to try and use Bertram to tell me when I should be back in the cell.
You can't tell it. You can talk to him. Like he's an intelligent being.
Yeah. So, but he has to, as I understand it, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around what I can and can't do with a familiar, he has to be within 100 feet.
If you teleport, it basically teleports with you.
Yeah, okay. So... yeah, okay, then I just spend the evening studying the tower.
Good, Calaventura. It's going to get dark outside. What are you going to do?
alright. I am first gonna go to where they had our weapons, so I can at least have my weapons.
So the thing is, like, they are that's the guardhouse, and there are still like 2 guards outside there.
And that's...
I can sneak past them. Can
I
I?
can try, but like it's at this point I think it's very hard because they are like re-patrolling like the guardhouse and like looking at the gate, they guarding the gate if someone comes in and out, and like the guardhouse is right next to them.
So
You can
I
maybe
can't.
wait a bit longer, like, and because you know that at some point like their shift will switch.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You know like they're going to play cards at some point.
Yeah. Alright. I'll wait for that.
So you're lurking around like in the alleys here, and at some point you actually see like the sun is like it's going to be night at this point, and like only one guard is outside, and he's like leaning to the gate, kind of like like nothing happens here, and the other guards are like inside probably.
Yeah. So, they've taken the weapons inside, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Then
can
I
make
have
a
to-
stealth check.
Stealth check. 26.
So you're moving. Was it a natural 20?
No, it was 19.
Wow, +7. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're moving very skillfully and noiselessly into the guardhouse. You applied some tricks like from what you learned before. You walking on your toes as you go around the entrance. You look inside the guardhouse, and there is like everything, like all your backpacks basically stuffed in one side of the room, very far from where the dwarves are sitting. You actually already you smell that's like that there's something in the backpack.
The head.
Yeah, probably. And it's on one side of the room, and like the dwarves actually sit like very far on the other side of the room, and there are like multiple tables. Like it looks like they're like just like enjoyment area, like relaxing area. And then there's one table which is also on your side, like near the entrance, which has like ink and like other stuff on there. It looks like more of the place for the guard captain.
Okay. So is this the room where the other elf was telling me with the...
It looks like it. Also, like they're really dwarves playing cards there.
Okay. Then I want to go find my weapons first, and then I'm going to get the paper and ink and sigil.
Mm-hmm. So while you're rummaging through your weapons, like and try to find like the backpack, you make another stealth check.
Yes, I'll do one. Natural 20.
She's back. Yeah, you very silently you find your backpack. You pick your weapons. Everything is in there. You can't even like take you like no, your backpack's too full. But you take your weapons. You're now fully equipped with your weapons again. You even have the cult drops if you want to, and you make your way to the desk. And what are you looking for?
Piece of paper, or more than one piece of paper, ink, and the sigil.
Okay, you take everything with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're rummaging through the desks. You actually find stuff like that, and you silently going outside. And while you peek outside, you see that the dwarf currently taking his rounds, and you make one last stealth check.
All right.
1.
25.
25. There you go. You basically move past the guard without ease. You vanish in the next side alley, and now you're in this little gap between the houses in here. You have all what you need. Like, what are you going to do?
I want to forge this letter.
Have you seen such a letter before? Like, how or what do you want to write?
Oh. Oh boy. Something along the lines of on behalf of the guard captain, I want these 3 prisoners need to be released as they have done nothing wrong.
Okay.
Signed, the captain.
Just like the guard captain.
Yeah.
Okay. You make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. 17.
Okay. And at some point, you press a sigil on it, and you think yeah, you did quite a good job. You guess. And now we have a fake variant.
All right. So then I need to go back there
To town
and
hall?
give
To
this
keep? Where?
to the way.
And where do you go? Where do you want to go?
Oh, I need to go find where the others are.
Well, it's pretty obvious. There's a keep on a small hill, and there's the town hall. The town hall at this point is closed, and the keep there are guards up there with torches guarding something. So since you probably know where people bring the prisoners, you probably think it could be the keep.
Yeah, the keep. I'll go there.
Okay, so at some point, when you approach the keep, 2 guards are halt, state your business.
I've got a warrant to release 3 of your prisoners.
Deception check.
Deception.
You've got this.
21.
So you're show me.
And I hand it over to him.
Show the warrant.
It's gonna be fun when Effie is missing.
Okay. Yeah, seems in order. I'm not sure why old... Oh god, how's it called? Well, Gustav doesn't sign his name lately. Is he drunk? Whatever. Yeah, okay, come on. Didn't think they set the Witcher free that earlier. Not even Leopold was here. No questioning? It's very strange. But anyway. What do I know what the upper ones want to do all the time? It might follow me. And you fall down, you see as the guard captain comes down with Calavendra. And the guard captain and Calavendra stand in front of your cells, and they it's okay, you're free. And what? Where's the prisoner? And he's Imbald! Where's the prisoner?
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
Every.
And it's not we haven't seen her. She must have been vanished. And he's looking at Herga and Dirk where is the prisoner?
You let her free?
What? Who?
The you. And I point at one of the guards.
What? No. What? No, I didn't. Luca!
Well, we certainly
to
did.
my office! Okay, anyway, you are free now. you know your friend best. Like, why would she run from us when you were actually going to set free today?
She didn't run. She was told that she's free to go.
Oh right, never mind me. That's my bad. To my office. Okay. Okay, good. Like you're free. Come now. And like he escorts you up there, and like you are actually being set free. You're now standing in front of the keep, and there's your little reunion. I'm back in a second. You can think of what you're going to do in the meantime until I'm back. Oops.
I did not think this all the way through.
That's fine. I think we managed.
I mean,
Alright,
what am I going to do now? Because I teleport back to the same place, so
Yeah, we
I'm going to
can't
end up
contact you.
back in the cell.
Don't teleport back then.
What? Just travel three and a half days to Winbrook from Winbrook on my own.
By herself.
Sure.
Send us a raven. So we know it's gonna take a while.
You can take a horse, maybe.
She doesn't have her own house.
I don't
We can
have
spend
one.
3 days in an inn. I don't mind.
I mind.
It's fine. Like Effrey doesn't know where Calavendra went, so I'll live with consequences and just teleport back into the cell
What?
and see
Do
what
you have to
happens.
teleport back into the cell?
I have to teleport back to the same place. That's
Oh
the
my
limit.
God.
That's the limitation I have until I'm further studied. Like I can teleport to the tower and then back to the same location, unless it's die base, in which case I could just end up surrounded by unicorns. But let's ignore that possibility for a few moments. Like I don't want to know what happens on a natural one. Maybe I just get torn in half.
Probably. It's the game of life.
I think we need to get our weapons back.
Yep, I was gonna say.
I'm pretty mad at these people arresting me, and I have had lots of time in the cell thinking about what I'm going to do to them.
Like
Okay.
the only thing I'd be slightly concerned about is whether or not, like before going to get the weapons back, check to see whether anyone else in the city, whether they just took the weapons away to arrest us, or whether it's a general thing that they don't allow the weapons through the gates or something.
I'm actually kind of mad at myself because normally I try to hide that I'm a witcher, and this is the first time where, like, after the last adventure, everybody was accustomed to me being a witcher, and now.
Yeah,
everybody
now you
hates
know how I feel.
it. Yeah.
Okay. What's the plan?
All right.
We need
I'm
to
listening.
get Helga and Diok's weapons, or everyone else's weapons.
Okay. So how are you going
Alright,
to do
guys.
this?
Yeah, I'm asking the guard. Where did you
No.
get? Where did you put my weapons?
They're at the guardhouse. Just like let me escort you. And he's
Thank
like,
you.
Okay,
Okay.
taking you to the
That was
guardhouse.
easy.
the least you can do.
Yeah,
Or
he's
should
like,
I go?
friends, please give them their. And like one dwarf, oh thank God. And he's like going to the backpacks and like, look, take this stuff outside. Like I don't know what you have in there, but like I don't want to have it in the guardhouse ever again.
Oh, you didn't look at the contents of the bag.
Shh.
I was like, no, I don't want to. Also, like, this is not my jurisdiction. Leopold first needs to decide like what's with you before we do any action.
Who is this Leopold?
Leopold? Oh, he's the secretary to Lord Berthold.
Can
Oh,
I ask you a question completely unrelated to the content of the bag?
Of course.
Have you heard about any wolf creatures roaming the area?
Yes, of course. Leopold wrote a contract for the wolf
Huh.
beast.
Maybe we should find this Leopold to see.
That's actually why we were set free. Because we have to hunt that beast for Mr. Leopold.
I
yes.
also want to ask a question.
He employed a witcher.
Well,
What's-
not really. I'm just
Well,
tagging along. He
mainly-
employed a hooligan.
Mainly, he employed the mighty powers of Herga,
Of Herga,
and Crate, and Diok begged me that he could accompany me on
exactly.
this quest.
We're the Hergers.
Well, it's none of my
Yes.
business.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
Why were we arrested? For what reason?
We have the strict order to arrest every Witcher on sight.
So why are all of us arrested?
You're friends with the Witcher, like it was the smartest thing to do. You need to see if you are in league with him.
And I mean, I completely understand we Witchers are a filthy race, but why exactly do you have a contract signed for monster hunting and then capture every single Witcher? Because we tend to be the best at monster hunting.
That's why they keep having the monster problem.
That may be true, sir. It's like this is time-wise a bit like how do I say it? The contract was written before, and like we still need a monster slayer. Like has not changed, but I'm not sure what I should actually. Maybe I should just I should just ask Leopold if you want further information.
Yes, point us into the general direction of Leopold.
Has this
he's
anything
presiding at
to
the town
do?
hall.
Has this anything to do with separate Witcher schools?
Well, what? I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'll just ask Leopold.
Yes, you do that. Have a good night, everyone, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
You were my friend. Also, never arrest me again.
Okay. It's like deep in the night. It's like around like 3 or something. Two, maybe 2 actually. Calamity was probably not that. Like didn't take that long. Maybe 1 even. Let's say 1.
Yeah, because I'd get the job done.
Yes, you did.
Unlike some people, yeah.
Oh.
Who are you talking about?
Okay.
No need for names.
You're free. What are you going to do?
I mean, I probably spend the night.
I think so.
Like I don't know what Calavandra's plan was. So
Yeah, I don't know what Effrey's plans were.
Like Effrey just spends the night studying polymorphography,
Yes.
whatever it's called, and then goes to sleep in a feather bed.
Make an Arcana roll.
Arcana was +5. 13.
Good. You're making progress. What do the others do?
I'm asking the other two what happened to Effrey.
She
But
just
she was
disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes.
I mean, probably she just
Oh.
teleported away, but I don't know where to, and I don't know if she'll come back.
Why didn't she teleport us as well? That is so selfish.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, after all this stress, I could use an ale, but I don't know how pressing you have the business with Leopold.
Well,
shouldn't we figure out how to get Effrey back?
I feel like we should spend the night here and see if we can find a bed.
And Effrey?
I mean, she's a sorceress, right? She's never too early, she's never too late. She appears exactly when she wants to appear.
I could get it. I could get
Beautiful.
So I'm sure if we just go to the inn and have some ales, eventually she's just gonna join us.
That
I think
easy.
she can. She's capable of protecting herself.
okay. So you go to this inn, like next to the town hall, right?
I feel so, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice establishment. It's
Not a brothel.
It's the town hall inn. Who would have guessed? And you open it's pretty big actually. It's like way bigger than Bogdan's Tavern. There are a lot of tables. There's pretty much going on. There's even like a bard singing and cursing in between the songs. And there's an old never mind. Like you go into the tavern, you sit down, and actually let's maybe stop it for today.
That seems like a good stopping point.
So go into the
Okay.
tavern, and with that, you stop.
Alright.
Quick question: what happened to Marcel? Did he also get arrested and freed?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's with you in the tavern now.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
So we have now a
I'm
sword
so
fight.
sorry. I did not think that through even remotely.
When you did it, I was like, okay, Let's see if she even can make it. A natural 20? Yeah, probably. Okay, she's gone. So what now?
Like, as I said, my original plan was to try and get Bertram to help me out in some capacity in telling me if the guards come back, but then I read the rules again and realized that wasn't going to work. So now I'm just going to live with the consequences of my mistake like any good sorceress would.
Also, congratulations, everyone now to level 3.
Yes.
Yay!
Except Marcel, who, you know,
Sure.
we'll
Still
get to.
level 2.
Oh yeah.
But every one of you got some nice features, and read them through. They can.
Yeah.
I need to actually check up.
Yeah. I didn't realize if you click on them that there's additional information. I saw the abilities and I just assumed what it was.
No, you can just click on it and.
Yeah. Like features and traits, and then click on something, even if it's like the caption pops up on the right.
For Calvendra, like what you actually got, you can now climb really good. Like you now, like you're quick, you're proficient with it.
Proficient.
And there's like even more stuff you can do now. I actually need to check.
Oh, cool! I can regain some slots on short rests.
Oh, and
awesome!
you actually are now able to pick level 2 spells.
Yes, yeah, that's the
Did
main.
I hear that correctly? That we are all level 4 now?
3.
What?
3. 3. Okay.
It's not that quick. But
No, I was wondering what happened.
Oh, except Marcel, right?
Marcel is still level 2. That's true. Goody. And I would say it was a pleasure. Let's continue next Monday. And thanks everyone for watching. And well,
I guess. Quick message to everyone: enjoy the very quick hype up to Novigrad,
Oh yeah.
because that's a thing that's happening now.
That's true. You can actually look out for each of us. I think every one of us will do some interesting content the next day. So
Yeah, you might even get something very, very soon.
Oh yeah.
wow. That's teasing. Okay. Good. Then thank you very much. See you next Monday. And if you wanna discuss this, do it in the YouTube comments. Reach out to us on Twitter. And
Please do.
See you next week. Bye.
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 Peace.